Imagine buying a piece of software today and waking up tomorrow to find it has completely rewritten its own code to fit your specific needs perfectly. We are standing on the precipice of a fundamental shift in how technology serves humanity. For the last 40 years, the relationship between a user and a product has been static. You buy a tool. If that tool lacks a feature, you complain on a forum, wait 6 months, and hope the developers include it in the next patch. That is the old world. In the B14 prediction model for 2028, we foresee the rise of automorphic applications, software that evolves. Let's break down what this actually means for you. Imagine you are using a project management tool. You keep clicking 3 different buttons in a specific sequence every single morning to generate a report. In 2024, you just suffer through the repetitive clicks, or perhaps write a clumsy macro. But in 2028, the AI embedded in the application's core architecture notices this pattern. It doesn't just suggest a shortcut, it actually writes new code in the background. It constructs a custom interface element, tests it within a sandboxed environment to ensure stability, and then seamlessly pushes a micro update to your specific instance. The next time you log in, the button is there. The software didn't just learn, it grew. This is the self-evolving paradigm. It mimics biology more than engineering. Just as your skin heals a cut or your muscles adapt to heavy lifting, these digital products adapt to the stress and demands of their environment. The code is no longer a fixed manuscript written by a human engineer. It is fluid. It is a living stream of logic that optimizes itself for the path of least resistance. The concept of version numbers, like version 2.0 or 3.0, will become obsolete. Instead, your software will be in a state of constant, fluid becoming. Now, you might wonder, what happens to the human developers? Do they disappear? Absolutely not. Their role elevates. They stop being the mechanics changing the oil and start being the architects designing the ecosystem. They define the guardrails, the ethical boundaries, and the core mission of the AI. They become the parents of these digital entities, guiding their growth rather than micromanaging their every movement. This is incredibly inspirational because it removes the bottleneck of human bandwidth. Currently, innovation is limited by how many hours a coder can type. In 2028, innovation is limited only by imagination. Think about the implications for small businesses or creatives. Right now, custom enterprise-grade software costs millions because it requires armies of coders to maintain. In the self-evolving future, a small bakery and a massive logistics company could start with the same seed software. Over a year, the bakery software evolves into a perfect inventory management system for flour and yeast, while the logistics company software evolves into a complex fleet tracking system. Same origin, different evolution, driven entirely by necessity. We are moving toward a world where technology is no longer a cold, hard tool that requires you to read a manual. It becomes a partner. It listens to your struggles, not with ears, but with data processing. It responds not with words, but with structural improvements. The friction between human intent and digital execution is about to vanish. As we look toward 2028, the most exciting part isn't the AI itself. It is what the AI allows you to become. When your tools sharpen themselves, you're free to focus entirely on your craft. You are no longer fighting the interface. You are simply creating, supported by a digital foundation that rises to meet your feet wherever you step. This is the promise of the self-evolving product, technology that finally understands us deeply enough to change itself for our benefit. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on AI automation predictions like this, hit subscribe and join us as we map out the future.